Let's start the show!
Okay, gosh.
This guy. Oh.
Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. Hey, we're shouting. We're shouting. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Isn't that a Kiss song?
What?
Shout it, shout it, shout it out.
loud. Oh my gosh, we just got hit with a, what do you call that on YouTube? They're going to
Copyright thing?
No, because I don't think we sounded anything like them.
No, we didn't. Not at all. No. 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 No.
Okay. All right.
That's it? You got, what is wrong with you guys?
You're the host of the show. Host.
I said hello.
I think he was making a reference that we didn't pick up on. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
Is it a movie reference?
This is like Monday, man. What are we going to do for the rest of the week?
We're going to pick
Listen
ourselves
to the
up by the
silence.
bootstraps.
There's like 5 seconds of silence after everything I say. What is going on?
I thought we were going into a topic and
we
talking
will
about
eventually.
the topic.
Don't we
Okay.
always do this? Don't we like banter a little bit? Why are you so hell-bent on getting onto the topic?
I feel like you're attacking me right now. You're acting completely insane, Scott.
Well, why are you so crabby today? Gosh.
It's all your fault, jerk. What is on your shirt, Bob? Is it like some kind of symbol? What is the symbol? What is it?
If you don't know, don't worry about it.
You just blurred so bad. Whatever you did, the whole thing just went. Nope.
I don't know what happened. Stupid.
Oh, there it's back. It's back. It's back. Autofocus kicked in. Okay.
Autofocus should be
his shirt. If you can, let me paint the picture for you in audio world. It's like almost looks like a phoenix or something rising from the ashes, but it's got like a triangle at the top. It's that. Isn't the triangle thing like the frickin' Isn't that have something to do with the thing that like Jay-Z and Beyonce are in? The Illuminati?
not the Illuminati.
What is this? This must be like some sci-fi shit that I don't know about, like Battlestar Galactica or something.
Sure. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
What is it?
Bob, may I?
Yeah, say what it is.
It's the Legend of Zelda. That's the Triforce, dog.
Oh, that's even worse.
Here's Link right here.
Oh my gosh. You have a Zelda shirt on?
Yes.
What?
What's wrong with the Zelda shirt?
I don't know.
Have you ever played Zelda?
No, it was just outside of my initial video gaming as a kid.
Well, there you go.
It was
That's
like
timeless,
just literally
though, Scott.
just. No, wait a minute.
But you probably had like overly oppressive religious parents that probably would have looked that on as witchcraft and wizardry.
In there.
My brother is 5 years younger than me, and I can remember him playing Zelda. That was his generation. You guys are probably like 7 to 8 years younger than me, right? How old are you?
13. I'm 37.
Wow, this joke is so
20.
played out. 37. I'm 8 years older than you. Derek, try to stay in the center of the screen a little bit, or you're going to get cut off on YouTube.
Off. 8 years. I mean, I said 10.
No, you said like 18 years or something.
Not that far off. 8 years, 10 years.
Derek, are you 36? How old are you? 35?
Yeah, I'm like 36 years old.
I mean, what are you hiding? Is this like you worried someone's going to figure out your social security number or something? How old are you?
I'm 36.
You said
turned
or something.
I turned 37 next month.
So the title of this episode will be Scott Badgers Bob and Derek through the whole show.
Right. Scott's just in a funk today.
And I'm sorry. I got issues, okay?
Well, I just want to tell you this, that Android is way better than iOS.
You are so full of crap. You don't believe that.
That's really going to help Scott get out of his funk.
No, I'm just recently tried to go to Android, and you told me I was stupid, if you remember correctly.
Oh yeah, because I personally don't like Android. I didn't say you were stupid.
Yes, you did.
Well, I said you were stupid. That's because you bought. Let's see. You got the new iPhone 7. Then you bought
I have
the
an
new
iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay, then you bought the new Google phone.
Yeah.
Didn't you buy like a Galaxy 8 or something too?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I said you're stupid.
I returned all of them. Who cares? I mean, except for the iPhone. I kept the iPhone.
So how was your experience traveling over to the other world of Android?
First of all, I'll say this. The Google phone is fantastic. It's a really great phone. I really liked it. Out of the two phones that I tried for Android, I would definitely that would have been my phone. I had a lot of interest in the Galaxy because everybody was talking about how amazing the screen was and all this kind of stuff, but I was not that impressed, especially because, and people that use Android they either love it or hate it, but Samsung fills their phone with Samsung apps instead of just allowing Android to be the thing. So on the newest Samsung S8, I got the S8 Plus, they have a thing called Bixby, okay? That it's a button on the side dedicated to this thing called Bixby. Now, anybody who has Android probably uses Google Assistant. Google Assistant's awesome. It's a great thing. Like, you know, it's basically like Siri for Android, okay? But better. And I'll admit that. I'm not scared to admit that. Google Assistant is better.
But you're not scared.
Well, I'm an Apple fanboy, okay? So
the Apple people are going to come after me.
No, I'm saying I'm okay admitting the fact that I think Google Assistant is better. Anyway, so Bixby is Samsung's attempt at Google Assistant. And what they did was they've made it so that you can still use Google Assistant, but on the side of the phone. So like if you're holding the phone, there's this weird button out of nowhere on the side of it that activates Bixby. And the other thing is Bixby isn't even fully functional. You can't say, "Hey Bixby," and think about trying to say that too. Like
hey,
Bixby. It's easy to say.
Of all the dang names that they could have come up with.
I know.
Right.
Bixby.
Why couldn't they come up with something easier? It probably means something to somebody.
I'm sure.
I like
Hey
this.
Alexa. Hey Siri.
Yeah.
Hey Bixby.
Right, exactly. I like going, "Hey Siri," and then she'll
up.
come like she just did.
Yeah. It's the same thing. I have a little Google Home, which is the little speaker that'll do stuff for you. So like right now I can say, "Okay, Google, turn all the lights off." So she just turned my lights off. "Okay, Google, turn all the lights on." There you go. So,
okay, Google, slap Scott.
Right.
No.
But anyway, so that was weird on the Samsung. I was not a fan of all that stuff. And it's loaded with their apps. Go ahead, Bob.
It seems like Apple has their own coming out.
Yeah, they do.
They are going to have their own. It's pretty much confirmed, and they're going to be announcing it. But I mean, they have their own little device like that coming out, which may or may not be cool, but we'll see.
If it's cool, I'm all in. I mean, I'm all Apple. I mean, everything I have is Apple, so I would totally get into it. But I wanted to try out Google Home. Now, only person that's on this show that actually has Android is Derek, right?
Yeah. I mean, I got a Android phone, but my iPad, in which I am recording this and which my life is on, it's an iPad that I bought from you, Scott.
And it's like 3 or 4 years old too, and it's still performing.
Yeah, it's performing. And my Android phone, what was the newest one? The Galaxy 8.
Yeah, 8 Plus. Yeah.
I have a Galaxy 3.
I don't even know how it operates. That's what's so crazy. Whenever you tell me how old it is, I'm like, I don't even know how that thing even works.
Well,
and here's a picture of Siegfried and me and Brandy.
What's the shirt say?
Oh, it says, "Don't hassle me, I'm local." It's from What About Bob?
Wow, it looks like you've lost a lot of weight since then.
I know, dude.
Thanks, guys.
How long ago was that? You broke your phone.
That was last May.
Wow, dude.
When we could.
Although he's not standing up in front of us showing his gut like he is in that picture.
True.
Yeah.
True.
He's probably still huge.
How does that phone work with your dial-up internet, Derek?
Do what?
How does that phone work with your dial-up internet?
I really don't like this phone anymore. It is loaded with the Samsung apps. Who uses that crap? I mean, come
Nobody.
on. Come on, Samsung. And I don't know, it's kind of slow. I need a new phone. I'll probably go to the iPhone.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's basically talk about the differences because you have experience with this.
Hmm.
I'm going to try and break it down the way I see it, and you tell me if this is true because you have both devices.
Hmm.
For me, people that really like Android, and I completely understand this, are people who like to be able to change literally anything their device does. They like to be able to tinker and find ways to make their phone do things that they want it to do. And then on the other side of the spectrum is iPhone. And iPhone holds tightly onto the things that go onto their phone, and they say, hey, this is the way we want the phone to perform. Make your app fit into our ecosystem.
And they also want to make sure that their format within their phone does not change. So you're restricted on colors, you're restricted on this and this and that, where Android, you can get a mod for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And it's an open marketplace as far as like the Google store. So Google will approve pretty much any app to go onto their phones. And unfortunately, that's where some viruses come through, some malware, spywares, all this stuff. So there's a big difference between Apple saying, this is our brand and we want it to be maintained even when we download apps to it. And Google says, hey, it may be our phone, but it's Android can pretty much be customized to anything.
Now, a good friend of mine also is a huge Android guy, and he was trying to help me. He was trying to lure me over to the dark side. And one of the things that I said to him all the time was, the thing that I missed, because I used my Google phone for a month straight. I used it, and I tried to do everything on it. And the thing I kept running into was I said, okay, listen, it's not like it's completely foreign land, but everything that my iPhone did all worked together. There was nothing, I didn't have to find an app to make the other app understand what the other app was doing. I could just download an app from the App Store for Apple, and it worked with everything else on my phone. Like it was able to use my notifications or whatever it had to do. The people who made that app made it to work in the Apple ecosystem. On Android, you might have to find something. So for instance, on my apps, this could be, some people might be like, oh, this is the dumbest conversation. But here's my deal. So on apps on iPhone, you can have little badges. So if I have a to-do list or Voxer, it'll tell me how many messages I have on Voxer in the upper right-hand corner. On Android, that is not something that is part of the operating system. There are a bunch of people who have made apps that sort of mimic the badges on the corner of your apps, but it's not part of what they do. Now, that seems like a very small thing, but when you're used to it and you're trying to figure out how to do it on Android, it gets kind of frustrating because there's not somebody who's done it perfectly.
Yeah, I look at it like this, like it's a very poor example, but maybe somebody who doesn't understand what you've said so far will understand. Let's just say an Apple product speaks English and all the apps speak English. Once you get to Android, you may have apps that speak English and Spanish, so you need a translator to help everything understand each other, so everything can communicate in the same language. And that's where it gets tricky because you start downloading different apps and stuff like that, and you can have problems with your phones and all sorts of stuff. So I don't mind. I mean, I'm not one to totally customize my phone. I don't even know one of my backgrounds is probably just whatever has always been there. But I like the fact that I go to my iPad and everything's the same. My whole family's got Apple products, so We get Apple Music for $14.95 a month, and all four of us just listen to unlimited music for $14.95 a month. So there's things like that which I enjoy with the Apple stuff.
Derek seems really bored with this conversation.
I mean, I really can't contribute. I mean, even if this is it's a Galaxy 3. It's a Galaxy 3. It's bogged down with updates and it's slow. So I can't even speak intelligently from like the new Google Android version. I hate using my phone. The pictures suck. The editing software sucks. I don't like it. I love taking pictures. Y'all see my Instagram. I'm like a magician on there, man. Not really, but I have to take my pictures with my iPad, and I think that gets a little clunky. I would appreciate a good photo taking phone, and I do understand like the newer Android stuff is better. Totally. I'm sure, but this is bad, and it's not like I probably should upgrade. My wife's phone is like a Galaxy S4, and she dropped it and it's been cracked for like 2 months.
Does your son have a phone yet?
He's got like a burner that his mother bought for him. I don't know.
Okay.
We do need to upgrade. We need to get
dude. The tech.
He's got
tech. Good grief.
He's got to he's got to pay off his espresso machine first.
I know. That's what I was going to say. I was thinking to myself, we need to start like a GoFundMe to get Derek an iPhone and like an upgraded iPad or something. But then he spent like $10,000 on an espresso machine.
No!
People aren't going to want to like help him out with his iPhone.
Right.
Jeez.
That's true.
They're like white people problems, right?
My coworker Jason just listened to the war movies.
Yeah.
Or an episode, and he just lost it when y'all accused me of buying a $10,000 espresso machine. It's not.
Did I say 10,000 on Friday also?
Yeah.
The constant.
I got so much crap at work from that from one of the nurses who doesn't. I don't see her much anymore, but she
killed her.
She heard the price of the machine, and she was just like, if you were my husband, that would have never happened. I'm like, well, we're not married, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. She says her husband only wears like $300 Italian loafers.
Well, then she's got no room to speak.
Exactly. It's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy.
Derek, what kind of shoes are you wearing?
I'm wearing Brooks running shoes.
And where'd you get those? I bet you got them at like Famous Footwear or something. You didn't go to some hoity-toity tennis shoe store.
Right.
Academy. And
yeah.
They only cost me $575.
Right, exactly, I bet.
No.
Anyway, yeah, we can't get you a new phone and a new iPad because you spent so much money on that espresso machine. There's no way to help you at this point.
Well, I'm sure we'll be fine.
It's like a small country's GDP you spent on that thing.
That's true.
No.
Dude.
And I feel like I'm going to get endless crap on this.
Think about all the people in Africa that you could have fed with that money that you spent on that espresso machine. Jeez.
A lot of water.
I have pulled over 500 shots on that machine now. That's the grinder keeps count of how many.
Does it really?
It does. It does keep count.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about how much he spent on the grinder, by the way. That's like another couple thousand.
And the poor kids in Africa, they have not even had one shot of your espresso.
They're welcome to come by whenever my coffee
right
gets
now,
here.
I hear like Bono and George Michael singing about the kids in Africa not getting shots of espresso, although George Michael's dead.
Yeah. Like, what?
He's singing Heaven with Prince.
There won't be shots in Africa this Christmas time.
So, George Michael, Prince, and
Lemmy Kilmister.
No, who was the other guy?
What?
The guy from Motorhead.
Oh, Lemmy.
I thought you said Lenny. Lemmy.
I heard
some
Lenny.
guy from the Allman Brothers died the other day, too.
David Bowie, Greg Allman, and Glenn Frey.
Oh, yeah, Glenn Frey. Oh, dude, Speaking of, last thing, I'm sorry, totally off topic. First of all, we're going to catch a lot of shit up from Android users on this show because we did not represent them the way we should have. Secondly, the Eagles are going to go on tour still. They're bringing Glenn Frey's son with them. And
French?
Also, Vince Gill is going to... So his son and Vince Gill are going to sing Glenn Frey's parts. And that's pretty cool, dude.
That's cool.
Well, don't give too much away. That's our teaser for our Wednesday show when we're talking about older bands on tour. So don't give away too much.
I like it. Glenn Frey's son, Mr. French, is going to be singing with the Eagles.
Do you know his name?
Yeah, French.
It's not French, is it?
Yeah, French Fry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's not his name. Bob's going to look it up. All right. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you hanging through our combative argument in the beginning or whatever that was, and then us not knowing really anything about Android, and then learning about French Fry and how
Glenn Frey's
just
son.
Unbelievably
The heat is on.
how sickening it
The heat is on.
that Derek spent literally enough money to buy a car on his espresso machine and his grinder.
Yeah, like a
Unbelievable.
crappy
America.
used car from the 90s or
So
something.
you can get, like, at my local grocery store, you can get a case of water for like $1.99.
Dude.
You could probably get a whole truckload of water for what Derek.
Plainful.
Maybe, yeah, a plane full.
For
They could
sure.
just like fly over Africa and just dump water all over the whole thing and make lakes
Oh, no.
with the amount of money that Derek spent.
Hey, wait. Now that we pulled out of the Paris Accord, the water will be flooding into Africa any moment.
I don't even know what that means. Sounds
All
like
right.
some sort of current events that I'm not up on.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, I can guarantee you we won't be beheading any heads of state in the show.
That's true.
Things like that.
Ooh, topical.
I know. All right. We'll talk with you guys on Wednesday.